This is my video showing all equipment for my rules and regs assignment. So the majority of the equipment is brand new in this video. I have some old equipment to show what is not allowed when fighting and just to show what can be pointed out as being illegal in fights and what is valid in fights. So the first thing that needs to be valid when fighting in a competition is a license. This is my license and it is with an organisation called WKC. When you go through, it's just got your information. It also has my belt gradings in to say what belts I have. When I go to the back, in my book here on this page, I got this one in 2019, which was almost 2 years ago because I got this in September. So because of when I got it, it ran out last year in September of 2020. So I had to replace it. I did not replace the whole book. I just replaced the whole backside, which is another sheet, and then I should get the next sheet for this side as well, which will show that it is a valid license and that I am allowed to fight. This one is valid until September of this year, which is 2021, and then as soon as it's unvalid, I will be able to replace it again. So that is licenses. If they are not valid, fighters are being told that they are not allowed to fight without a valid license because they like to see proof that they have one. The next piece of equipment needed is the clothing, which can come within wearing fight gear, which is the trousers and the matching top, a t-shirt, or they can wear shorts. For some fights, you're allowed to wear shorts. You cannot have tracksuits on or anything with buttons because that can seriously hurt someone if they go to punch and their gloves aren't padded properly, which when it comes to fighting, gloves have to be padded. So first I'll show the shorts. So these are the shorts that are allowed to be worn. You can have any brand as long as they are the correct length and the correct size, and there are no rips or tears anywhere, and the top of them and the elastic isn't to snap and maybe fly out and get into someone's eye. The second thing people wear are trousers, which are here. So same with the shorts, they need to be the correct size, making sure none of the Velcro is on view in case someone wants to fight and it gets punched, or you're to move your bottoms, or when you're fighting, sort them out, and the elastic is to snap, and when fighting it slowly moves itself to come out and ping someone in the eye, making sure that when you're coming down to the bottom bits have not been ripped. If they are longer than what you expected, that you can sew them up and make them a little bit shorter and your correct length. Another thing people are in some competitions are expected to wear is your belt. So this is mine, a first degree black belt, and when I go to competitions, because of the stage I'm in, which is an advanced, which means that I'm fighting people at a higher level and higher ages, means I just need to have proof that I'm allowed to fight in that category and that level, so I just have to have my belt to prove it. Under your trousers for men, and now it is compulsory for women to wear, is a groin guard. Now the females one is a little bit more bigger and protective than the boys, because the boys is just a plastic cup sort of shape that just sits in their boxers. The girls is a little bit more suitable for them to wear. There is elastic to go around the waist and on the side of the bums and the legs just to keep it up, and then it's to protect the front of the groin and then downwards, just to protect themselves in case being kicked in the groin, and instead of it really hurting, they are protected by this soft cushion. It's not that hard, it's just soft with a little bit of soft hard padding just to keep them more protected. The next thing they wear is for protection is a chest guard. Only girls wear these, so it is also plastic. So they do different sizes for different women. So they just wear this, not on its own. They've got like a miniature sort of sports bra, and at the bottom of it here, there is an opening for it to go in. Just slip it in, pop this on, and then you'll get padded down, and then they'll ask you to knock on your chest guard with your gloves, and it should just sound like this. And they should know that you are definitely wearing one and that you don't need to go and have it checked to make sure you are. Also, padding that has now been made compulsory for everyone to fight, kids, men and women, when fighting in different competitions, are elbow pads. So we have to wear these in only points due to it just being a little bit more safer in case you go to punch and you catch your elbow on something, or you straighten your elbow too much and the padding is there, just sat like that, obviously within your elbow and wrapped around the other side. It bends with your elbow as well, it doesn't just stay flat, so it's just the safer way of fighting. The other thing people have to wear, which is now moving down to your legs, are shin pads. So you just wear these on your shins. These will need replacing soon because my Velcro on the top is starting to become a little bit more smoother and less connective. So when wearing these, just make sure you got the right size and you're pulling it as strong as you can for it to fit and sit on the Velcro like that. Same for the top one, and then if there's any rips at the top or it's starting to feel a little bit loose and unsafe, you'd have to replace them before going to a competition. If you're at a competition and they've actually got some, just buy a pair so that you're allowed to fight and you don't get a warning or be asked to find different equipment to wear. Another thing wearing, which you wear on your hands, which is under your gloves, which is a pair of wraps. Now they can be any colour, but they at least like them to be with a minimum of 2.5 meters long. So it's literally just this. There's Velcro on the end of it, which goes around your wrist. And then there is also a thumb bit, so I'll just get that out. When it comes into the thumb and you have to wear them, just wearing it so it makes sure you sit. So it's like this. It's more stronger. It's like shoelaces. You just sit it on your thumb and then you start wrapping it around, making sure you can get in between your fingers just to protect them, like so. And you would go around twice, and then you would also be asked just to be protecting your knuckles so that you're not damaging any of your hand, which if you do can cause to it being broken or severely hurting. The next thing which would go on top of your hand wraps in continuous is a pair of 10-ounce gloves. The reason you are asked to wear 10 ounce is because that is just the rule they set. 10-ounce gloves need to be close-handed, so they've got protection everywhere. Bit of padding here for your knuckles when you're wearing them. They have to be connected with the thumb and the base of your hand, making sure there's no rips at the top for any of the stuff inside to come out. Making sure also the Velcro is making a decent sound and that it is not too loose so that it doesn't stick. The other set of gloves are points gloves. In 2019, we were asked to change the points gloves we were wearing. So the old points gloves were these. They were conjoined at the hands, but there was no decent wrist movement. It was just all one piece of padding. These are open gloves so that you can see your hands, make sure you're not cheating and there is nothing there. The new gloves are also top 10 because top 10 were the ones that made the idea of the gloves being and needing to be more eligible to fight in. So they are the same, open glove, just to make sure you're not cheating. But when you wear them, when fighting, your wrist can bend. So this black bit here is used just to help your hand move. The next part is feet pads, which are these here. They have a piece of padding here, which is the Velcro, and they just wrap around your whole foot. You also have two bits of elastic to protect your toes so that your foot isn't movable when fighting. For mine, I had to change because they were starting to rip here, and because of this starting to come loose, the padding in the side of the foot pads was starting to come out, and also my gloves were becoming unsticky around the edge of the Velcro. So I got a new pair, which are the exact same, and they've got better Velcro, better padding, and also better Velcro on the top, and the elastic on the toes is quite good. And then here is just to protect the bottom of your foot, just to make sure that you're not slipping, just so that when you're fighting, your foot will just stay straight. The last thing we are really asked to wear, just so we can protect our mouths, is a mouth guard. So this is an old one. The reason it is an old one is because these blue bits here are starting to pull off, and also it does not fit because when I moulded it, it was last moulded in 2019 when I was doing one of my last fights. So I haven't been able to wear it because it now needs remoulding. Some mouth guards cannot be remolded, so you buy a new mouth guard and you would just buy like the exact same one. It comes in padding, it comes with a case, and you can cut it to make it the right length, and you would just place it in some nice hot water for a few minutes, let it go soft, pick it up with a spoon so you're not burning your hands, place it on your teeth and mould it. You might have to do it once or twice just to make sure it fits and sits correctly, but ensuring that it fits nice and correctly so that it doesn't fall out and you don't get punched in the face and lose a teeth or get damaged.